Okay, we're back. And we are live. Sorry about that. That was my computer just like died on me. So okay, well we had a good number of we had a number of viewers. Then we lost them, but I think we're back. I use Coinbase some. Yeah, they did just start an NFT section. So did Kraken recently. Okay. Well, sorry I lost you guys for a second. So let me ask you a question, Luton. And thank you for being on here, even though I lost you guys. Now we're back. So Luton, are you a real person? I know it seems like a silly question, but like it's like a silly question, but are we up? Well, okay. Well, we're not. I think we're up. Oh gosh, it's just so no, but I think we're up. I think we're good. Mm. Let me just check my freaking phone to make sure we're up. Oh gosh, I can't tell if it's playing a replay or it's playing me. Hello. Is this how much of a lag is going on here? Let's see. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. The few that I've lost, welcome back. Hello. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if if we're actually here or not. It looks like we are because we're on my phone, so it looks like we are live. Let's look at the chat, and it looks like we got quite a few people in the chat. So I'm just gonna go ahead. It's not loading on my phone. Is it loading okay for you guys? It's my shitty internet. The funny thing is, like, my company pays for my internet because I work from home, but I don't cash in because I hate doing expense reports. And so I just have shitty internet because I don't want to send the receipts. No, it's not loading. So you guys, can you see me or not? Or is it just my phone that has shitty service? Because that could also be it. I cannot tell. All right, well, we're just gonna move forward as if as if everything was working. I don't know how else to troubleshoot this. But it looks like we are on. Anybody in the chat verify that they're here and they're a person and they're breathing? Is anybody breathing? Okay, well, I can't even send a chat. Can I send a chat? Oh, that's just so silly. Like, I need another tea, and we only have an hour left. Now I'm upset that we cut Now I'm upset that we cut it short because now we only have an hour left because of that. I don't even have the app on my phone, so this is never going to work. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and say that we are live. Everybody's with us. The people that dropped due to the outage, we'll catch you next time. And we'll just continue on our beautiful day. Oh my gosh, are you guys back? You found me. I think you guys are back. Oh my gosh, I think we're all here. Are we all here? Okay, well, I'm looking at the list and it's like new people. So it's not the people that dropped. We just had an outage. I'm just trying to figure out if everything's working or not. But I'm just going to go ahead and say everything is working. Let me just pull up my browser and we will continue on our jolly way. Also, I'm new to this streaming thing and I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens when you drop. Like that was clearly a drop. There was an interruption there. I was out for a good 2-3 minutes. So I don't know what's going to happen if they're going to like merge the streams together because it's technically the same session still or not. But I'll let you know in my next session how or what ends up happening. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Is this where I want to be or is this where I want to be? No, this is where I want to be. Okay. And what can you guys... Can we see my screen or not? Oh, shit. Something's happening. Like, I feel like you can't even see my screen right now. Hello? Can we at least see the chat? No, we can't even see the chat. Hello? Testing. I'm so sorry. This must be so painful. This must be so painful for the people watching. Like me struggle through technical difficulties. Why isn't this working? So I think I gotta do this on the spot. Let's go ahead and edit this scene. Like, why is my screen share not working? Let's go ahead and delete it and then add a new one. Can I do that? All right. Main screen share, add. I still can't see it. Edit, change. All right, we're getting there. There we go. Done. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We can see it now. Awesome. Let me just make it a little bit smaller. Okay, we're in. Wow. I apologize that I'm having to do all of this. Like, how do I move my picture to the front? I can't just drag it. Oh, wow, that seemed to work quite nicely. Okay, so now we are we on? Are we back? Can I do another test? Test. Oh, of course it doesn't show up on the freaking screen. So, chat box. Let's move this up. And let's do another test. Testing. What the Why isn't this working? Jesus. Is it because I have hide layer, lock layer, link layer? Anybody know what could be happening? Delete. I'm gonna add another chat layer because I think like a lot of stuff. How does the fact that I lost internet access also just go ahead and change all my Twitch settings up? Like that, not Okay, let's try it again. Test. There we go, it's working. Yay. All right, so now that we've dealt with a bunch of technical difficulties, and I apologize, the Discord is probably down. Like the Discord thing is, I don't have it up right now. So that's also something that just kind of disappeared when this whole thing went bananas. But okay. And let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my Discord link one more time. Ta-da! Okay, looks like we're up and running. I wonder if they make bots on here to talk to people. Because, like I said, this Luton guy, like, are you a bot? Like, if I post a question in a chat and you said, what did you say? Hell no? Like, is that something a bot? That's probably not something a bot would say. All right. Well, let's get back to the news. So, yeah. I want to give a shout out to Tiger, who talked about Coinbase NFTs. Maybe we want to cover that real quick, which is good news. We talked about Kraken opening up their NFT, opening up like an NFT section recently, and Coinbase just announced a marketplace for NFTs, which, let's see, which is a good Coinbase NFTs. Yeah, so I'm not going to talk about NFTs again just because that was like a long-winded discussion, but I will bring up that Coinbase has opened up their NFTs. When did they do this? It looks like this article was on May 4th. Let's see. I'm not really sure. All right, well, Coinbase is doing NFTs. Really quickly, briefly, I'm going to do like a 10-second thing. No, you're not a robot. Oh, right on. Right on, right on. Okay. NFTs. So once again, you have blockchain, and you have blockchain is ultimately like, think of it as an Excel sheet, and and there's a bunch of computers that have all agreed to record all of the activities that have taken place in this like computer program. And if something happens, like I give money to Luton, then that is registered, and it's registered on multiple computers. So that transaction that took place has been registered on multiple computers, and because it's been registered on multiple computers, there is no question about what is the truth from what is false, right? So that's blockchain. Then you can use that. I just gave the example as currency. So obviously, like if you have so many, like a certain unit of currency and you're exchanging it, you have multiple truths of all the exchanges that have taken place of that currency. Now, if you have like, and this is different from our current system where the central bank can just print any money they want, and it's different from like JP Morgan being like hiding transactions or deleting transactions that took place and ultimately moving money around like in a very shady way. So that's blockchain, that's cryptocurrency, and then NFTs. It's the same principle. Like you have an image and everybody knows that you have that image because it's been recorded on multiple computers or servers. And then if I give that image to somebody else, then only that person has that image, and it's been recorded that that image has been transferred to that person. So it's a way of like ownership, but also it's a way of record keeping that is trustworthy. And that's ultimately what blockchain technology is. Now, the fact that Coinbase just came out with their own NFT is cool because they're slowly adapting like a new technology to their exchange. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. And we covered the fact that Kraken, I'll just briefly cover that. Kraken, let's find. Kraken also has, no, what is it? What is this? It's probably not a great site. Kraken has also started doing NFTs as well. So this is a silly picture. That's kind of what an NFT looks like. Okay. I did find actually last week, I did find a really interesting article on, while we're on the topic of NFTs, Forbes NFT. So Forbes wrote an article on what they think is um, the next large NFT company. And oh, gosh, maybe this isn't a good company. So there's a small company. They started making NFTs. They've been making NFTs for a while. Gosh, why can't I remember the name of that company? I'll get back to you on that one. So yeah. Okay. Moving on. Let's not get sidetracked. There's only an hour left, and we still have like a few things I wanted to cover. Okay. Luna stablecoin. So that's another thing that's been highly talked about recently in the news. We have Luna. There's just tons of discussion about Luna. Luna is a stablecoin that I guess I don't know when Luna came about. Let's see if we can find that out. That's probably good information to know. Let's see. Oh my gosh, of course, we're getting hit with all of the terrible news. Well, if we just look at Luna, hold on. I have a better way of doing this. If we go back to our friend Crypto Watch and we search Luna, it can probably tell us when the stablecoin first came. Luna, in other words, Terra. And let's see what we get here. Okay, it looks like, how can I change the date of this graph? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Rats, sorry about this. Okay, so Luna is a stable coin. In other words, like it's supposed to follow the curve of crypto. So what a stablecoin means is that if it's kind of like a way of exchanging real money to crypto instead of buying directly, like instead of buying crypto directly, like instead of buying Bitcoin directly, you can purchase Luna, which is a stable coin, and then you can move your money into crypto. So it allows for lower transaction fees, and that's one of the main use cases for it. But another use case is also an investment opportunity. So people use stable coins to invest, and Luna in particular, they were all over the news because they were offering huge investment returns on their stable coin. Like, I guess that in simple ways, if you purchase a Luna and then with that Luna, that Luna has a certain value, and let's say that Luna can then purchase like one Cardano, then that's the price of the Luna. And let's say like you put $100 in Luna, and then in the future the Luna's price value has gone up because so many people have invested in it, then Luna can then afford to purchase like two Cardanos instead of one Cardano. So because of that, the price of Luna itself has gone up. So it's kind of like a coin that bases its worth off of other coins. And if the other coins are doing great, then Luna is doing great. But if other coins start to do like as we have seen recently, if other coins start to also decrease in value, then Luna also will follow that trend. So unfortunately, this is what we're looking at. So we've seen here that approximately May 5th, the price of Luna has drastically dropped. It's gone from, let's see if we can zoom in on here. It's gone from, what is that? What does it say? $85 to 62 cents to 77 cents. And this is a huge decrease. There's headlines stating that Luna has approximately gone down 90% in the last few days, in the last week. Here are the numbers. So in the last 24 hours, 97% in the last 7 days, 99% in the last 3 days, 99% in the last year, 97%. So overall, Luna is a lot of people are calling it a sinking ship. It looks like it is, it looks like it's down, and it looks like it doesn't look like it's going to make a comeback. So unfortunately, Luna, I guess like one takeaway is Luna sounded too good to be true because it was following that climatic. Oh gosh, I need a water break. It was following that climatic crypto curve, and then as that crypto curve dropped, so has Luna's worth. Yeah. So unfortunately, I wanted to know when can I look at when Luna first took place? How do I change the no? How do I change the Okay, well, I'm not able to change this curve. Let's see if I can find a better Google Finance. Let's see if I can find the date of when Luna started, because that's also super interesting. No, that's not it. Terra, Luna, no. Do you not have? Okay. Well, Google doesn't have, oh my goodness. Google doesn't have information about all the coins just yet. Wow, this is a terrible looking graph. So, what? Hold on. I don't think that's the best place to get information. I keep pulling up Google, but that's definitely not the best place to get information about crypto assets. Cryptowatch.ch is a much better place. So let's go and look at Bitcoin pricing on. Okay. So since we started this live stream, we've seen crypto fall from 31,000 to 29,000 and onwards. So, I mean, crypto is very volatile anyway, but this is, in the span of 2 hours, that's a pretty significant drop. Let's take a closer look at that drop. So earlier, and I think it also has to do with the fact that people are waking up in the United States and are beginning to trade. So, for better or for worse, this sort of thing happens in the morning, but obviously, like a sell-off such as this one is not great news. So this morning, at about 5:30 a.m., we were at 31, which is actually when we started this podcast. Coin market cap. Ooh, people keep telling me to go on there. Okay, and now we're at 29,000. Let's go ahead and take. I guess let's go ahead and take a look at coin market cap as well, because thank you, Luna. Maybe this is a better place to get information about Luna and when Luna first got started. Let's go back to Terra Luna. Oh, Jesus. And if we go look at all the history, it looks like it came to place 2019. So what is that? July? July of 2019. Um, why is it? Yeah, July of 2019. It really only started picking up around February of 2021. And give me more info. Thank you. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Wow, so there's still a live market cap of $600 million of Luna. So there's still a lot of money that is being circulated, but I suspect that that number is going to go down and down just because, like, wow, the founders, oh my goodness, this has so much information. um, I'm going to stick this into the chat because that was a great article. Yeah, so, oh my goodness. Does anybody in the chat own Luna? I don't think I ever invested in Luna. I did a little bit of trading, um, or I kind of still do, and like weekly trading, and I don't think I ever touched Luna, or maybe I have, but I definitely don't own any like large portion of Luna. Thank God. Okay, well, is so that's the second topic this morning that I wanted to cover. Let's look at, or actually, no, we've already covered the tech giants. We've actually covered a few of these already. Now, okay, let's look at, yeah, there's only a few more things I wanted to cover. So we are right on schedule, everyone. Okay. I did want to cover one interesting news article, which is hopefully, let me get a sip of water, which is hopefully a little bit better, or which is a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Relieving, or a bit of a bit of good news, a bit of good news amongst all the horrible news that we've heard in the last week. And there's not a lot of good news, so this is another perspective on the crypto market. So Mark Cuban, who is Mark Cuban, who is a .com investor. He made like a bunch of his wealth. I believe, what did he do? Was it Broadcom? Broadcom. He bought this company in the 2000s, which was later acquired by Yahoo, and so he made a bunch of money off of that. So he's Mark Cuban, also obviously famously known for Shark Tank. And he's also, big technology investor. Um, so he's had quite a few interesting things to say about crypto. He's actually a huge crypto investor, which I adore, and he's a lot of times he talks a lot about crypto, kind of like a Elon Musk, but better. Not necessarily the best because like he does follow a lot of Dogecoin, which I think is just trash. But regardless, he's an evangelist for crypto and does help spread um, crypto fame or crypto followers. Okay, he does help convert people to crypto. So this is what he refers to as the consolidation phase. So, and he's not the first person that has come up with this idea. A lot of other people, I think we talked about this before. Was it the CEO of Algorand? Forget his name. I'm blanking on his name. I think he also said last week we talked about this, but he said something along the lines of, um, no, it was Ethereum's founder, Vitili, whatever his name is. He said something along the lines like, if we can't get gas prices below below 5 cents, then we're screwed. Ultimately, is what he said, and so that's what he's aiming at. And there's been hilarious memes on Vitili. I don't know his last name. The the founder of Ethereum, and a lot of hilarious memes on him and gas fees. So if you haven't checked those out, do so because I got a quite a good laugh out of those. But anyways, yeah. So a lot of discussion about gas fees being so high, and just like all these crypto companies emerging out of nowhere, and how eventually there's going to have to be some kind of like, as Mark says, consolidation phase where not all of these crypto companies can just succeed, right? A lot of them are also copies of each other. And so at some point, there has to be winners and there has to be losers. So this is just another way of looking at what's going on. Like, yeah, there's a crisis. There's an inflation crisis. Yes, there's a war crisis. There's always a crisis on the central bank, and there's just a lot of like there's also a pandemic. So there's a lot of things that are negative about um, like the financial industry, but um, also he's saying that also amongst all the chaos, also that there was a consolidation phase that was due, and it could possibly be taken now, especially during all of this hardship. So, what we mean by consolidation, like I just mentioned, he thinks that eventually, um, you know, only certain companies are going to succeed, but those that succeed are going to have great success. So his tweet is crypto is going through the lull that the internet went through after the initial stage of exciting apps, NFTs, DeFi networks, 2PE. We saw the limitation phase as chains subsidize the movement of those apps to their chains, bandwidth, storage subsidies by startups in the 2000s. Okay. Yeah. So he's saying that. Yeah. So he's saying that like we just need to weed out some of these weaker companies, and the more successful companies will prevail. So it's not, it's an interesting outlook on what's going on. It's definitely something to think about and ponder. So I found that to be quite interesting. Let's see, what else do we have to cover? Hmm. Another, so we covered a lot of we covered a lot of losses in tech giants. We covered a lot of losses in cryptocurrencies. Another one that I wanted to talk about is Peloton, who has been in the news quite a bit. This one, Google will definitely have. Um, Peloton has been an interesting stock because how do I get? Oh my God, is it at $12? Um, it's been it's been a really interesting stock because it's one of those pandemic babies that just like became a huge giant during the pandemic. And I traded Peloton stock briefly, but I never held because I always knew that the foundation of this company was based off of people living indoors. So why would you want to hold Peloton long term? I have no idea. But here it is, like as I predicted, Peloton's death is amongst us, and I'm not one bit sad about it. Peloton was doing some really weird stuff. Um, Due to the chip shortages and just overall like lack of supplies, like supply chain shortages and everything, Peloton was doing some really weird stuff as they were selling. Like they continuously sold bikes that were not necessarily the best quality. So, not that I want to see anybody burn down in flames, but here we are, May 2020, 2022, and Peloton is struggling to live. Um, like I said, when did Peloton start? It looks like it got started around September of 2019, right as the pandemic was taken off. Had a really good run. Highest was around $160 in, what is this? December, so right around Christmas of 2020, and we've slowly seen Peloton deteriorate past levels lower than what it officially IPO'd at, which was $25. So is this the death of Peloton? I don't know. JP Morgan seems to think it can go up 93% from here. I highly doubt that they can make like, at some point, it's just better to start from zero, right? It's like a bad relationship. At some point, it's like just find a new partner because clearly, like, um, your strategy hasn't been working out for you. Okay, that is my rant on Peloton. Anyone, uh, anyone, Peloton, big Peloton believers, big Peloton fans? You can't argue with this graph. It's hard to argue against this graph. I know. Um, No? Any Peloton investors that are crying their eyes out right now? $12? Jesus. That is really that's really sad. Okay. Let's see. So we covered Peloton. I mentioned that I wanted to go over Ledger. Um, we don't have a lot of time left, so I'm just going to quickly, briefly go over it so that if you are thinking about moving your coins to a hardware wallet, you can learn how to get started. And then maybe in another episode, what we can do is we can cover how to actually move to a Ledger Nano. That's something that I really always wanted to do in a video. I know there's already a bunch of videos of people doing that, but maybe I can do a better one. Or okay. I don't really have a link up for this, but let's just go to Ledger Nano S. I think that's the model that I have. Or do I have the X? I gotta have to see it to know. Once again, I am not getting paid by anybody. So I purchased my Nano myself. I actually purchased it on Black Friday and I got a really good discount. Like I think they were having like Forget what it was. It was like buy one, get one 50% off, and I purchased one for a friend. So, and I think I got, hold on, which one did I get? I got, I guess I must have gotten the Nano S. There is no X. Let me look at the products. Oh, there is an X. Um, yeah, I got the X. Okay. Let me stick, but I got the X. You might want to start with the S. They're both probably okay for getting started. How do I explain a wallet? So I kind of already briefly explained cryptocurrency and blockchain. So I mentioned that like it's a Excel sheet, like a fancy Excel sheet, and if you have like a certain um, let's just pretend we have a dollar bill, right? And this dollar bill has a certain code on it, right? And like a certain serial number. And if I give this dollar bill to Luton, who is the only person I or one of the few people that have participated in today's chat, if I give this dollar bill to Luton and I register the fact that this dollar bill with this serial number has not been given to Luton, then he has that dollar bill with that serial number, and the fact that I gave him that has been recorded on multiple different computers. So there is no lie, there can be no falsification of any documents because there's multiple sources that know that I gave this serial number with this dollar bill with this serial number to Luton, right? Where the now where the ledger comes into play. And let's see if I can so if okay, so now Luton has the serial number. Where does he have the serial number? He might have it. Oh my god, wait. Did I get Oh, hi Luton. Hi. I was like, I just got my first Discord message. Hi. Oh, that's awesome. That's a great feeling, guys. Okay. So where were we? Back to ledgers. So yeah, so we've recorded that I gave this dollar bill to Luton, right? Now, where is this dollar bill? Well, I can give this dollar bill to Luton on an exchange, which is what you normally use to buy crypto. Um, like kind of like you buy stocks, you can buy crypto off an exchange. And so probably like I bought the dollar bill off an exchange, and then I gave it to Luton and now it's on his exchange. So an exchange is like a platform to publicly trade, right? And there's exchanges for cryptos as there's exchanges for stocks. Now, um, God, this is such a difficult topic to explain. So now Luton can keep this dollar bill on his exchange, or he can take the dollar bill and put it somewhere else, put it on his like wallet, right? And there's two forms of wallet. There's software wallets and hardware wallets. So instead of him leaving the dollar bill inside of like the exchange, whatever exchange that is, he can take it out and save it somewhere where it's more secure. Like we talked about earlier, exchanges are not always secure because these exchanges could always go bankrupt because they're ultimately just a company. And if this company goes bankrupt, then they're going to take your crypto with them, right? So a way that you can get around that or secure yourself from that happening is by purchasing a hardware wallet and downloading that serial number with that dollar bill onto your hardware wallet. You can also save it in a software wallet, but the thing about the software wallet is kind of like the same thing as the exchange. The software wallet is it's kind of like a service, like a SaaS product, and this software wallet. So ultimately, there's another company that is helping you store those keys. So if that other company goes bankrupt, you have the same problem, right? So the thing about the software wallet, though, is that it doesn't have to be the same. Like sometimes the exchange also has software wallets, or sometimes you can get another software wallet that isn't part of that exchange, which would be a better wallet. Okay, and then the final, and like I said, the final solution would be to get a hardware wallet, which is something that you yourself own, and that's what I have here on the screen. This is a hardware wallet. It's a little chip that has your like serial numbers on there of your dollar bills or your cryptos, and you have access to it. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that was just a short introduction to hardware wallets. We can talk about these more and more as we get further, as we learn more and more about crypto. But I just wanted to give you guys a really brief overview about what a software wallet is and why it might make sense, especially during this time of crisis, to own one if you plan on keeping your crypto for a long time. The bad part about the software wallet or the hardware wallet is that moving coins outside of your, like once you have the coins in there, it's going to be like a good 10 minutes for you to like put your pin in and open your wallet up and be able to exchange your wallet to another currency or another cryptocurrency or currency itself. So it's not like it's not like super quick and fast. So that's one downside to the hardware wallet. Okay. I think we covered hardware wallets in enough detail. Okay, and honestly, I feel like so this session was supposed to be shorter, so I think I covered, let me just look at my list. I think I covered all of the topics that we were going to talk about. Let's just do a quick brief overview of all the topics that we talked about, just so we have like the agenda. If you missed anything, you can feel free to comment in the chat. We can briefly talk it or just run it over one more time. But today is May 11th, and we covered Coinbase and how they had really poor quarter one in 2022 and how that's affected their stock. We also talked about Coinbase opening an NFT store, which is positive news. However, it's in the midst of chaos, and so Coinbase is under a lot of criticism currently because their stock has dropped. They've had really poor results for Q1, and there's just a lot of panic overall at Coinbase. We talked about Luna and how that stablecoin is down 90%, and that's terrible news for stablecoins in general because I feel like people are going to be more cautious about investing in stablecoins after that, and also terrible news for anybody who's heavily invested in Luna. Don't know if that's going to make any kind of recovery soon. It's looking like it's close to dead. Another news, another really poorly performing asset was Peloton. We just talked about how Peloton went from a $50 billion market to a $4 billion market, and it stock is what did we see? $12, $13, which is actually lower than what it IPO'd at, which was around $25. So huge loss of Peloton, record lows all around. Not sure if Peloton can make a comeback. We also talked about, we didn't talk about SafeMoon. We'll talk about SafeMoon next. We talked about Mark Cuban and how he considers this a consolidation phase for blockchain technologies in general. So he sees a lot of companies have sprung up out of cryptocurrency, DeFi, NFTs, and it's it can't be possible for all these companies to succeed. So he sees a consolidation phase coming soon, which could be taking place amongst all this crisis that is also going on in the world. What else did we talk about? Okay, finally, we talked about tech giants losing over $1 trillion. So not only is crypto taking a large hit, but we saw giants like Apple, Google, Meta, Facebook, and others taking a huge hit as the previous news of last week of interest rates raising half of a percentage was delivered. So that is everything that we covered in today's episode. I did mention I wanted to briefly cover SafeMoon and other altcoins. So let's see if I have an article for that. Anybody want to comment on any of the topics that we've already covered, or anybody want to be briefed briefly on anything that we covered that they missed? Okay, we are just a quiet set of ducks in the chat. Oh yeah, and we also covered Ledger Nano for safekeeping of your crypto coins. And I thought this was a relevant topic because of all the Coinbase scrutiny that's been going on. Okay, let's go into this mode and we can look at what do I want to look at? SafeMoon. SafeMoon, where are you? I actually don't think I have a article for SafeMoon. Maybe can I search SafeMoon? Okay, maybe I can use that link that Luton showed me. Hold on, where are you? Market cap? Was it again? Market cap. Let's look at SafeMoon here, because this is SafeMoon. Okay. Oh my goodness. Gosh, I genuinely never thought that I would see graphs like this. I thought that I didn't think I'd see graphs like this. But here we are. It's 2022 and we're seeing these graphs. Okay. Maybe, oh wow, they have a news. They also have a news. So SafeMoon is down 96%. Just one of the reasons I wanted to bring up SafeMoon is just because this is an altcoin that seems to be just as Terra Luna. It's another altcoin that seems to be completely fallen off the charts. Not actually. I didn't really know too much about SafeMoon. I mean, obviously I'd heard of the coin before, but let's see. And we know, and I've heard like of all the terrible news. It looks like it went as low as, holy crap. Oh my God, this is a single day. What was its high? Jesus. So it looks like it was, God, I don't even know what that decimal point is. But this is a great example of an altcoin that had a good run, looked really positive, and then is slowly starting to collapse and possibly will never return. Let's see what is decentralized finance. auto liquidity generating tool. Wow, they also plan to make an NFT exchange, but that's not necessarily going to save it from its doom and crash. Let's see. All right, well, I don't have too much more. Let's go look back. Let's go look back at Reddit. Um, okay, well, yeah. I don't really know what I wanted to talk about related to SafeMoon. All other coins never recover. Okay, yeah. I guess really what I wanted to talk about SafeMoon was how there are. This is more of like a. This is more of like a caution, like a warning. There are coins out there that, and I was actually suggested. I was actually told by multiple friends to invest in SafeMoon, and I never went in on it. And this is just one of those like examples of an altcoin that did really well at one point and unfortunately plummeted. So my like my advice, buy Algorand, but not now. Buy it at 4. It's crypto winter. Yes, I know it's crypto winter. Crypto winter is going to kill a lot of altcoins. So my discretion, not a financial advisor, but my discretionary advice is be careful when it comes to altcoins. Like I've always been really cautious. I did buy Algo a long time ago when it was an altcoin. And it's turned into a beautiful bloomed flower. But not all altcoins have that beautiful ending. Most of them, like SafeMoon, have horrendous endings. So if you are investing in altcoins, if you're a new investor, I highly recommend you stay away from altcoins. And yeah, and then another news I heard like that also you can find a lot from this discussion on SafeMoon is that there is so a lot of the things that you find on YouTube, a lot of those people get paid to make promotional videos that look like they're not promotional videos. So this is something that I haven't discussed before, but it's something that is really relevant today. And YouTube has been doing the best that they can to try to eliminate those kinds of videos from emerging. So you'll see articles about, oh, like YouTube has been blocking crypto educational videos, like blah 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 blah. It's kind of a very delicate line where you don't necessarily want to limit free speech, but at the same time, you do kind of want to safeguard your platform from like pyramid schemes and falsy investors. So YouTube has been doing their best to kind of like clean up some of those fraudy like videos. Obviously, they're humans at the end of it, so they might have been taken down legitimate videos on by accident. And so that's another discussion that's been going on in crypto recently is whether like the whole free speech versus like what is it like fake news, I guess, that argument. And we talked a little bit about this in the last episode where we covered Elon's purchasing of Twitter and how that might like how that plans to fold out, and his claim for purchasing Twitter is to try to save free speech. So YouTube also being heavily criticized for banning some of these videos which promote altcoins or scheme coins, which then have horrible returns or frauding people out of millions of money. And yeah, so that was a long rant, but ultimately, what I wanted you to take from that is just be really careful when you are looking at YouTube videos and when you are investing in altcoins because something could look really good and be just complete disaster. So that also okay. So that covers what I wanted to cover there. I don't really have too much else to cover. Anybody have, can I, anybody have anything in the chat that they want to share with us? Anything, any interesting news that they've heard recently? Oh, wait, we haven't done the word of the day. Oh my gosh, how could I forget? We almost, let's see, we almost left without giving you guys a word of the day. Okay. Also, feel free to comment on what you feel, how, feel free to comment on on like anything about the channel, really. But like specifically, if like I want to get feedback on, yes, word of the day. I want to get feedback on if this is a good time, if I should extend the sessions, if you guys, if 2 hours is enough time to cover everything that we want to cover. If you have any like critiques, I highly appreciate them. Okay, word of the day. Where are we? The word of the day is transparent language is who I'm getting the word of the day. We usually do English. We usually do Spanish first, but we'll do French first today. How do I do this? How can I share this? Okay. And let's go ahead and pull up the Spanish one as well. The Spanish word of the day is hilarious. I wonder if like the person that creates this like knows how funny they're being when they create them. Okay. No, what happened to the French word of the day? Oh, Jesus. That is not the Spanish word of the day, but that's a great word as well. Let's see. Okay, so the 2 words of the day are as follows. Oh my gosh, are we gonna have enough time? Can we do these in the last 7 minutes that we're here? I hope so. Okay. Words of the day. I said I was gonna start with the French one today. So word of the day in French is cotton candy. And cotton candy in French is not cotton candy. They call it Papa's beard or like dad's beard. So it's la barbe à papa, and that's cotton candy. We went to the fair and I ate so much cotton candy that I got sick. Nous sommes allés à la fête foraine et j'ai mangé 30 de barbe à papa que je suis tombée malade. Okay, so once again, we are doing word of the day. It's cotton candy. It's la barbe à papa. And the sentence is, we went to the fair and I ate so much cotton candy that I got sick. Nous sommes allés à la fête foraine et j'ai mangé 30 de barbe à papa que j'en suis tombé malade. Okay, now for the Spanish word of the day, maybe I should pick more words of the day that are related to crypto, but whatever. I feel like this is a fun part of the episode, so we're gonna leave it. Also, the fact that transparent language does a lot of this work for me, I love. So, the Spanish word of the day is chillar. Now, in Colombia, we pronounce the double L differently. So, like, if you were from another Spanish-speaking country, it might sound chilar, but I would say it chillar because it's the Colombian pronunciation. So it's a verb and it means to scream. And the English sentence is the woman screams upon seeing the vampire. And the Spanish example is la mujer chilla a ver el vampiro. One more time, the word is chillar and the sentence is to scream. The woman screams upon seeing the vampire, and the Spanish sentence is La mujer chilla al ver el vampiro. So, tortilla. Right, exactly. Okay, I believe we are almost at the end of our hour together. I have to get to work. You guys probably have stuff to do. I enjoyed our time together in today's episode. Let's do, since we have like 4 minutes, I'm going to quickly just do one more for people that are joining late. For people that are joining late and that didn't get to hear all of the news articles that we covered today, I'm going to quickly just briefly, God, we have such good participation. Like, why does our time have to come to an end? The reason why our time has to come to an end is because I have to get to work. Kudos to you if you don't have kudos to you if you have found a way to make money that isn't a freaking 9 to 5 like the rest of us. Okay, where were we? Maybe I can look at the tabs that we have up. Okay, so really briefly, what we covered today is, and let's look at all of the assets. Is it assets or charts? No, charts. So at the start of this episode, Bitcoin was at, was it 31? 31 USD, which we approximately started at like 5 a.m. Pacific time. No, 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Pacific time. And we're at 31. We were at 31,000. We saw a huge drop all the way to 29,000. Then people buying back in, apparently. Wow, it was at 32 at one point, and now we're looking at a Bitcoin price of 30,000. No, 31,000. I apologize. Okay, so not bad. In the 2 hours that we spent together, we saw a huge drop. But however, it is look like it's recovering a little bit. So hoping that Bitcoin stays at that 30,000 mark and doesn't dip too far, doesn't create a new ceiling. So we covered that. Let's look at other assets really quickly. Oh my gosh, where can I see? Hold on. Let me just go into some of the other coins that I follow are Axie. Oh God, we're still down 19%. Bitcoin, like I said, 31,000. Cardano is holding at 60 cents. Algo is at 48 cents. Oh, so Jamis. Do you? Okay, so it looks like Jamis is going to buy in at 40 cents. Did you say 40 cents or 4 cents? Oh, 4 cents. Did you mean to say 40 cents? Recommendation from somebody in the chat. Get into Algo if it ever goes back to 4 cents. That's a no-brainer. 40 cents would also be a really good price to get in on if you have the opportunity to purchase Algo. What else? Ether. Why don't I have Ether on here? Okay, well, do I have Ether? Algo, ADA, Algo, Ether, Kraken, Matic. Whatever. I'll have to add, I'll have to like edit some of these, and maybe for the next time, if you guys have recommendations of stuff that you guys are watching that you want me to put on the list, let me know. But I'll have to change some of these. Algo. Okay. That's pretty much it for coverage on the coins. Today we also covered the fact that Coinbase has dropped, Coinbase has lost $430 million in quarter one of 2022, which was between January and March of this year. We saw that Luna stablecoin is down 90%. Tech giants also are down $1 trillion. So your Apple, Google, Facebook, I forget what the others were. Those are down 1 trillion. So not only is crypto down, but also everything else is down. We talked about how some of the reasons why things are down are there was a nuclear talks of Russia invading Ukraine. I also heard if that were to take place, that it was going to particularly take place on Monday, because Monday was Victory Day for Russia. So Monday, May 9th, happened to be the day that Russia beat the Nazis. And so that's a holiday in Russia, a big war holiday in Russia. And so a lot of there was a lot of talks about Putin possibly doing something on Monday. Luckily, he didn't pull the trigger, and he made a few announcements on how his intent is not to start World War III. So thank you, Putin, for blessing us all and keeping us all out of World War III, but screw you for creating a lot of chaos in the Ukraine. Also, I know I don't like to get political, but the war in Ukraine does affect crypto, so it is important that we talk about it. Also important to look at who the winners of the war are. I've heard a lot of financial analysts, Goldman Sachs, a lot of people a lot smarter than I am saying that the U.S. is going to come out on top. So not great news, because ultimately the U.S. is just hurting everybody else in their own selfish, defense. But if you're putting on your investor hat on and you're looking at where should you invest, definitely look at the United States, because they are going to be, unfortunately, they're backing up every single war, obviously, and they're most likely going to win the war, or the world will be over. So either way, if you're looking at investment opportunities, U.S. markets is probably going to be where you should focus in on. And the reason for that is because the United States seems to be the champion of war. Okay. We also covered Mark Cuban and how he talked about all the blockchain technologies are under a consolidation phase, which means that a lot of these crypto companies have been making tons of profits out of this new industry, but it is just a matter of time that the weaker companies get weeded out and the stronger companies prevail. So according to Mark Cuban, it's what we're looking at. Not only are we looking at not only are we looking at a lot of external factors that are affecting the crypto market, but we also have to reflect on the crypto market itself and how it's just has been booming out of control, and there needs to be some kind of consolidation to real technology winners. We also talked about Peloton, and I gave a cute little rant about how Peloton went from a $50 billion market to a $4 billion market, and how it's on the brink of extinction. As well as we talked about SafeMoon and some of those altcoins that are also looking like they might be extinct soon. And we talked about ways that we can prevent exchange companies from taking all of our crypto coins, and that is by utilizing either software wallets or hardware wallets like the Ledger Nano. Okay, I think we are actually over our time slot. So, yeah, I think we covered a lot of really good, interesting news today. Thank you for joining me, and we are going to be back at it again tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll also do another episode on Friday. So this week we're doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 5 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific. That would be 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you are up in that morning and you want to wake up with me and grab a cup of coffee and share crypto news and look at what is going on in the crypto market, feel free to come back and join me for another episode. Thank you, everyone, for being with me today. Sorry about the technical difficulties that we had halfway through this morning's call. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, we'll try to just do what we can with what we got. Okay, and I guess I'll see everybody tomorrow. Once again, thank you for joining me today.